Florida's housing market is in a massive bubble that is starting to pop, which should be a big concern if you're a homeowner or a home buyer in Florida. The trends say prices in Florida will be going down in 2024, and in this video, I'm going to show you why. The first thing you want to do to understand Florida's housing market is look at how overvalued home prices are compared to the long-term norms, which we're doing here on Reventure app. And you can see prices in Florida are 30% overvalued. The typical home value across the state's $392,000, whereas the fair home value based on underlying incomes is $300,000. You can see that this is basically the highest level of overvaluation in Florida's housing market since the peak of the last housing bubble in 2006. And after that last housing bubble, home prices in Florida actually became very undervalued during that crash. Fast forward to today, the home prices are back to being very overvalued, and in my opinion, are going to get a lot cheaper because we're now seeing inventory on Florida's housing market really begin to spike. We're seeing lots of sellers come to the market with new listings combined with a big drop in buyer demand, particularly in areas across Southwest Florida in particular. Because if we zoom in on the metros in Florida and look at the for sale inventory levels, and we can see that the inventory has gone up significantly in recent months, particularly in Tampa, St. Petersburg. We can see the inventory has rocketed up just over the last couple months from 8,200 homes on the market to over 11,000 homes on the market. These inventory levels are now above the long-term historical average. We have a similar situation going on in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, with inventory spiking from a low of 1,900 homes for sale in October of 2021 during the peak of the pandemic to now over 7,000 homes for sale. So folks, when you see these increasing inventory levels in your metro and in your neighborhood, that's a dead giveaway that there's going to be downward pressure on home prices. And you got to really pay attention to what's going on in your neighborhood and in your zip code, because we hear all this, national reporting of what's going on in the housing market, but national reporting is not really relevant to you as a home buyer or a home seller. Rather, what's going on in your neighborhood and zip code is what's relevant. Because if we zoom in here looking at different zip codes here in St. Petersburg, Florida, and change the metric to inventory growth year over year, what do we see? I mean, in some of these zip codes in Pinellas County in St. Petersburg, inventory is up 95% year over year, 82% year over year. In downtown St. Pete, inventory is up 67% over the last year. We have huge increases in homes for sale all across Pinellas County. But if we were to kind of zoom out, we can actually see inventories declining in parts of urban Tampa, declining in parts of Brandon. So declining inventory means prices are more stable. Surging inventory probably means prices are going to go down. And what I would suggest you do if you're a home buyer or real estate investor is study this data for yourself in your housing market so you can make a more informed decision about when and where to buy a house. And the best way to do that is by going to Reventure app. www.reventure.app. That's the program I've used in this video, where for free you can access inventory data and home price data for every zip code, county, and state in America. Head to www.reventure.app right now to check what that data says for your area.